I'm Tracy Collins with the TG Creative team. Today, I'm working with a long layered haircut, adding a fringe for strength and movement throughout the shape with my model, Peyton. I started out the hairstyle with Small Talk, helps me with clean sections, also eliminates any frizz through the hair, and it gives body and shine. Next, I worked with Queen for a Day thickening spray, sectioning out the hair, applying from the roots all the way to the ends of the hair, making sure to have a nice even distribution of product. Queen for a Day is going to help to give me more body and lift in the hair, providing a more lived-in feel. Starting out my haircut, I worked with a center profile parting from the forehead down to the nape, working a radial section to help divide from front to back. I worked the fringe section with a rectangle section. From there, taking that right along the parietal ridge and then scooping that through above the occipital area. I isolated the underneath area out of the way, and I started with the back area. I took a center profile section. From there, bringing the hair out from the back of the head shape and cutting square to the round of the head. I cut my guideline, combing the hair 90 degrees from the back of the head shape, each of my sections inverting it into the center and working with point cutting for softness. Once I had my layers worked through, I then dropped the fringe area. I worked the fringe with low elevation point cutting for heaviness while maintaining a little bit of an irregular textured edge. After cutting the fringe, I dropped everything down. I worked with a diagonal back section from the round of the head to the top of the ear. I over-directed the hair forward and worked with my slide cutting technique, blending from the fringe area into the perimeter. Once I finished both sides, I worked through cross-checking to maintain balance. Once completing the forward graduation through the front, I worked my one length technique through the back area. I combed everything down at natural fall, over-directing behind the shoulders and point cutting square. Once I had the haircut complete, I worked my radial section back through. Working with pivoting sections allows me to blend my layering technique into the perimeter edge. Once I worked the one length technique, I wanted to blend my layers into the perimeter. I started by taking a radial section, from there working pivoting sections, carving from the layering pattern into the perimeter edge. I worked with pivoting sections, high elevation, as to not disrupt the baseline. As I worked my way to the front, I made sure to tilt the head towards me, also allowing me to maintain more of that density through the perimeter edge. With the blow dry, I wanted to maintain a nice loose feel, so I worked rotating the blow dryer, starting at the root area, so I maintained that nice movement and volume she has in her hair. I wanted to focus on root lift, so I made sure to section the hair and work the blow dryer in the same direction as the cuticle to maintain volume. Once I got the moisture taken out of the hair, I started in the middle section and worked my way out to the perimeter edge, working from the root area first, mid-shaft, and then last working the ends with the round brush for control and a bit of movement and softness in the ends of the hair. The last thing I did with the blow dry is I worked through the crown area. I paid attention to my root direction, working with nice high elevation, so I got maximum volume. Also working, twisting through the ends of the hair, so I got that movement with the shape. I was going for a more lived-in 60s mod type of feel. Once I finished working with my round brush technique, I worked with some head brush for high shine and separation to the hair. To finish off the hair, I used some of the Keep It Casual. This allows me to get a workable finish and also a little bit of hold through the hair. For more inspiration, visit bedhead.com.